It is time, chat. It is now time for the first Cup final of the final week of Season 10. We are going to kick off very soon with the Championship Cup Grand Final between the Rebellion of New England Revolution and Steel Army of the Pittsburgh River Hounds. This is the only Mazar, and if you're wondering what happened earlier, yes, I did kick off the stream about 10 minutes ago, but then my computer's GPU crashed and I had to restart my computer to make sure everything was working fine. We are back and ready to go though, and I cannot wait for this match to kick off. It is going to be an absolute banger. Gogan and Polar, good to see you both in chat. Skyline donating 100 bits earlier, not gift subs, sorry. 100 bits earlier. Thank you very much for your support and donation, Skyline. Right. Whilst we wait for both teams to join the lobby, let's take a quick look at how we have gone to this point in the Championship Cup. So, as you can see right here, we had the upper quarterfinal set up via a random draw, but before we even had to get there, we had to do a draw to see which team would go to the first spot in the upper semifinal. Steel Army got lucky, they got up there, so they got the bye, whereas the rest of the teams had to start from the upper quarterfinal. And as you can see in this bracket, the Rebellion only dropped one game on their way to the grand final, and that was against Frontera SD Azul, the third place team in the Championship Cup, who fell to Steel Army, getting swept by them as they had to go through the lower bracket gauntlet to get all the way here. And for Steel Army, they've had a similar journey through the lower bracket. After getting swept by the Rebellion, they only dropped one game on the way to the grand final. So that is how we have ended up with both Eastern teams in here. Steel Army, the only representative from the lower leagues, the USL in particular, whereas the Rebellion are one of many representatives of Major League Soccer. They represent the New England Revolution. All right, chat, let's not waste any more time. We are just about ready to kick off. Both teams are now in. And chat, I'm curious, who do you guys see as the Championship Cup winners? Do you see the Rebellion winning it and completing the double? Or do you see Steel Army winning their first ever SGL title? You do have 2 minutes to vote on this prediction in the stream right now. And whilst we get the match started, Skyline with another 100 bits. You didn't need to do that, bro, but thank you so much for your support. Listen, man, we really appreciate it. Dang, man, that's absolutely awesome. And just as a reminder, your support, should you choose to donate with a subscription, gift subs, or bits, will be used to help fund a potential SGL LAN event this year, depending on where RLCS Worlds will be hosted. Well, I didn't need to say that because Patreon Gogan decided to drop 5 gifted subs. You madman, Gogan. Thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. And somehow I got a sub off of this as well. If you got a gift sub from Gogan, make sure to give him your thanks. He definitely deserves it tonight. And somehow we are on a level 2 hype train, just like that. Cutie Skip, good to see you in chat. You're right on time. We are about to kick off very soon. And here we go. Both teams are now going in as the clock ticks down. Here we go. The grand final kicks off now between the Rebellion and Steel Army. So just as a reminder, chat, about the SGL Cup format this season. As you saw from the bracket, it was a double elimination. Every match is a best of 7, regardless of the round it's played in. And on top of that, the format is a little bit unconventional because not every game is going to be a 3v3. But for this 3v3 game 1, Triple C gives the Rebellion the best start they could ask for. The ball off the backboard, Shorts tapping it right to the middle, and Triple C sees the opening at the back and rifles it in from the blue half. The Rebellion take the lead. Cyberburn, good to see you in chat as well. The play is so much better than the league I watched yesterday. Really? Not too often people say that, especially given the other leagues that are set up and their main focus being on Rocket League instead of soccer. But with that said, we're starting to see some good fundamental Rocket League play right here. Polar avoiding the demo, taking his time, setting up Triple C for his second. The Rebellion double their lead. We're not even past a minute. It's 2-0. Shireen, good to see you in chat. Bringing the support for the Rebellion boys here tonight. Steel Army with a terrible start right now. And, you know, these guys had to come from the lower bracket, which means they have to win not 1, but 2 best of 7s in order to get their first SGL title. The Rebellion, though, have given them the worst possible start they can imagine right here. Debit, Bear Blitz, and Razor Boy, they brought out their best possible trio right here. The Rebellion have done the same with Shorts, Polar, and Triple C, looking to get their first double ever in the championship division. And there is the hat trick for Triple C. Just like that, Polar, the architect, yet again off the ceiling, blasting it onto the backboard. Triple C with a low shot gets the dunk. It's Steel Army are down 3, courtesy of a Triple C hat trick. So, Cyberburn, just to continue on with my previous conversation, I was wondering which league you are talking about, because yeah, more often than not, you know, those dedicated Rocket League competitions tend to have a lot more high-level play because they're more for people who are more serious about the game. SGL, not 100%. I mean, we have a bunch of serious Rocket League players, but they are soccer fans first and foremost. This is more of a platform to promote soccer fandom and soccer culture, and to give the spotlight to the fans and give them the opportunity to get their bragging rights. As you see Raisin Boy get one back, had a bit of a rough outing against Axon Rose. He wants to make up for that. He gets the goal to get Steel Army back in. Still a lot of time for them in this game 1. MLE Sport? What? Okay, Cyberburn, I'm shocked because MLE is actually a more mature league than SGL, and they tend to have some decent quality stuff. So maybe the division you were watching, the tier you were watching, just wasn't that good. And speaking of not good, the Rebellion have given up a second in quick succession. Oh my goodness. This is not good at all. 23 seconds after they conceded the first, they get a second conceded. Raisin Boy with his second, and he is on a hat trick as well. 3-2 with 2 minutes 21 remaining. Just your opinion? No, I understand. It's just you don't tend to get that opinion too much, honestly. Meanwhile, the Rebellion have woken up. Shorts coming in, bulldozing his way through. Polar as well with... Wow, that is insane from him. Just doing it on the fly. launching his car up to get the ball over to Steel Army defenders. Shorts getting the tap it at the back of the net. Soon after the deficit was reduced to 1, they bring it back up to 2. Could have been an off night. No, yeah, exactly. Absolutely. It happens to everyone. It happens to SGL as well. Oh my goodness. Raisin Boy, we talked about off nights. He had an off night a couple of weeks ago, but he's looking incredible right now. Definitely on his game. Now Devitt looking for the touch. Raisin Boy with a shot. Triple C keeping his composure and getting a big booming clearance out towards the orange half. And now Steel Army need to defend as the Rebellion look to get their attacking game going. Triple C looking for the shot, centers it instead. Polar off of Devitt to bring it towards Triple C, who gets a touch towards the goal. Bear Blitz read that situation well, gets the ball out of the backboard and gets it away. But not for long, because Polar takes advantage of Devitt's hesitation. Devitt looking to go slow, Polar not respecting it one bit. And straight from the midfield, Rebellion get a fifth to extend their lead to 3, 69 seconds remaining. Steel Army definitely have their work cut out in this grand final. Can Razor Boy get his hat trick? He misses. Bear Blitz also misses. You don't get to see that all the time. Bear Blitz, Steel Army's top goal scorer, missing that shot. Raisin Boy getting a big demo, but Bear Blitz had to go back and get the boost. Gets the center, but it goes straight to Triple C. And with the clock ticking down within the final minute, the Rebellion are wasting so much time right now. This 3-goal deficit needs to be reduced. At this instant, the slow play is only going in the Rebellion's way. They need a goal right now. The ball just cannot go towards the net. Devitt with a shot way off target. Bear Blitz gets demoed, waiting for the ball to drop down. And as we enter the final 15 seconds, it looks like the Rebellion have sealed Game 1. And what a great start for the New England Revolution boys as they look to seal the double and their second ever title in their first championship season. Unfortunate own goal right there. Devitt trying to go back, ball going towards the net. Razor Boy says, you know what, I'll just put it in instead. I'll take the own goal. 6-2, 2 seconds remaining. That's game, set, and match. And now it is up to Steel Army to pick the game mode for game 2. So yeah, that is one thing I wanted to mention a long while back. That's what's different about this cup tournament. It's not going to be 3v3 all the way. So for every even game, the loser of the previous game gets to pick their game mode. And these game modes can range from a standard 3v3 to a 2v2 or rumble or hoops, drop shot, even snow day. We don't have any 4v4 game modes, and we also do not have 1v1. But should we get more interest in 4v4 game modes, we could potentially incorporate them in. But for now, going with the standard game modes that you typically get to see. Total domination from the Rebellion in that game 1. 3-2-1 in the goals. Triple C with the hat trick. Shorts and Polar also getting involved. 5 assists from Shorts and Polar in total. They are looking to end it soon. They don't want to go to a second matchup afterwards. Steel Army, though, they can turn it around with their game mode selection in game 2. Here we go, Sovereign Heights. What has Steel Army picked for us tonight? Turned. I just saw. Okay. As you see right there, the power-ups are activated. Yes, it's Rumble for game 2. Not something most people would expect from Steel Army, but I guess they want to get it out of the way as soon as possible. That might also work for the Rebellion. Just get the questionable game modes out so that they can take advantage of the more suitable game modes later on. Ooh, the spikes from Devin. Oh, he gets up, but he just doesn't have the momentum to go towards the net. But he still does a good job to get the ball towards the goal. And now, Polar uses the magnet to drag the ball out into the midfield. Good clearance by the Rebellion. But now there's a chance for Steel Army to boom the ball forward and get the first. Devin aerial. What a near post save from Polar. And it's that kind of defending that the Rebellion need to do when the going gets tough. They know they can score, but they just have to make sure they can stop this potent Steel Army attack when they start to get going. Low pitch attempt just didn't work out. The plunger used to good effect by Triple C to get it to the other end. A center to the plunger, and great defending once again. This time from Steel Army. Raisin Boy looking to get the first. He just couldn't get the ball past this Rebellion backline with his spikes power up. And it's still 0-0. An insane save right there from Shorts. The ball frozen high up. Double attempt by Bear, but Triple C uses the harpoon to get himself towards the ball and get it out of the way. Both teams using their power-ups to great effect. Both teams locking it down on their respective goal lands. Both teams not wanting to lose this game. But now Bear Blitz gets it forward, bumped away the Tornado, getting him out of order as well. Another spike power up, this time by Raisin, who gets destroyed by the strength power up. And now we're starting to see both teams cancel each other out in every which way. Power ups or through standard Rocket League play. Still 0-0. Shorts looking for a powerful shot, but just regrets triggering the magnet at that moment. Couldn't get the ball too far forward. Raisin Boy using the strength power up to get the ball out of the way. The boxing glove clears everyone up. Open net, but Bear Blitz does just enough to get the ball away. Just more than 2 minutes remaining. It's still 0-0. You typically get to see more goals at this point, but both teams have done so well to defend each other's attacks. Might Steel Army, though, get the opening right here. Off the bamboo double! The Tornado is out to create some chaos! And Raisin Boy dives in to seal the deal! The Rebellion held on! Steel Army huffed and puffed, and finally they have blown the blue wall down! To less than 2 minutes remaining, Steel Army with the lead. Now that all that action's calmed down, let me just react to some stuff in chat. Turnt, good to see you in chat saying, Emily is good announcing, you're just stingy. Yeah, exactly. Emily's one of the better leagues for announcing. Like, I've watched a couple of their streams, and it's been pretty good. Let's give a shout out to Polar, though, for that insane save. The net, wide open. The ball going towards the net, and he uses the boxing glove to great effect. However, they had to keep it going. This time the boot getting Triple C out of the way. And then Devitt carries it in with the spikes like the running back, like Najee Harris. Into the back of the net. 2-0 to Steel Army. What a response to them after their Game 1 loss. I don't even know why I said Najee Harris earlier. I should have just said Warren? I think that's his last name. I forgot his name. I don't want to say Tyrell Warren. That's the basketball player. Oh my goodness, Polar though running it into the other net on his own, just couldn't throw the ball on target. Aerial attempt by Bear, but he just runs out of boost. The harpoon used by Shorts to get it towards the back of the net. Triple C lurking to get the final touch. Polar with a shot, and he has the deficit with 64 seconds remaining. Perfect timing for that goal. Devin desperately trying to clear it out. Raisin Boy desperately trying to get to the ball. Bear Blitz just way too far into the net. Polar takes advantage of the chaos. 2-1 to Steel Army, but the Rebellion are still in this. Can Polar get it going yet again? Looking for the musty misses. Triple C diving right in. The aggression is there from both sides. The Rebellion not giving up. Great composure once again, but Devin takes advantage with the plunger. Drags the ball into the open blue net. Polar had no idea No one from the Rebellion did. Could that be game set for Steel Army in game 2? 3-1, 44 seconds left. Chad, I hope I don't sound like a broken record, not in terms of repetitions, but in terms of like the literal meaning. Where my voice might sound a bit raspy, I'm still recovering from Saturday night. Despite the 4-0 loss, we had an absolute blast out there in Vancouver. So I hope I sound pretty good. Speaking of pretty good, the Steel Army side are looking pretty good right here, looking to seal the deal with a 4th. And now they're keeping the ball stuck in the blue goal mouth. Polar with the tornado, looking to hit it away, but he could just drag it out, and that he does. The ball going towards the orange goal, but the boxing glove seals the deal. That's game 2 in the bag, and Steel Army have turned this into a best of 5. I'm happy to see so many people tune in on Monday night to catch this matchup. This was always going to be really good. Steel Army are 3-0 so far against the Rebellion throughout Season 10. 2 losses in the league, 1 loss in the cup. They cannot afford to lose again. They have to win this to take us in to a second best of 7. Huge performance by Debit in particular, but let's give a shout out to Raisin Boy as well. He really stepped it up as well, looking to be at his very best, and they need him at his very best to equal or better this Rebellion team. I wonder if Gogan is not Gogan. Guys, I wonder if Polar is streaming his POV tonight. I know some of you guys are from his stream, like Shireen and, well, Gogan, obviously. I mean, he's a teammate. And Cutie as well. Is he streaming his POV, or Polar's not live tonight? Okay, thank you for that, Cutie Skip. I'm kind of surprised. I thought he would be. The last time we broadcasted his player POV from his stream, he was twerking in it on live stream. I didn't know he had that in him. And we got to capture a couple of those moments. But right now, he needs to be fully focused, as he has been for this cup match. But the Rebellion have lost control of this match so far. Shorts looking to clear that, doesn't get a good clearance. A big demo at the back clears the net wide open. Debit puts it in. Steel Army with a perfect start in this 3v3 game. 1-0 after 15 seconds. And it could have been a second off of an audacious pinch attempt with Raisin Boy and Debit combining their efforts, but the Rebellion were ready for that, and now they're coming forward on the counter. Short centers it perfectly, and Polar comes in to take advantage. It had to be Shorts and Polar, the best duo in SGL Championship this season. That combination is unbeatable. Polar gets one back. Steel Army and Rebellion one apiece. Game on. Yes, Nelly, that is absolutely right. This prediction is for the cup success, not for the first best of 7. I figured we just worry about one prediction, not have 2 going at the same time, lest I forget. And Rebellion right here have come back instantly. They are not wasting any time. They want to get their 3v3 games out of the way. And this is a good sign for them. Should we go to game 7, it will be a 3v3, and so far the Rebellion are looking like the stronger side. Wasn't expecting Bear and Razor to go for that together. An awkward double commit, but they get away with it. Now Debit takes over from the corner, bringing it towards the middle, towards Bear, but he hits the ball right at Debit. Debit didn't mean it. Bear was just trying to get it past him, but Devitt slows the ball down enough to help the Rebellion recover, and he looks for its opening right there. A huge demo at the back from Bear. Devitt, though, couldn't get the touch for the finish. Still 2-1. The Rebellion are getting away with it, but Steel Army are ramping up their aggression. And the Rebellion are looking to respond in kind, but they're on the back foot so far. The ball going towards the far post, and both Triple C and Shorts combine to get it out, but just barely. Shorts brings it up. A huge pitch, gets the ball cleared to the midfield. Polar right there with his Luminosity skin. Shorts with his Shopify Rebellion skin. And Triple C getting caught off guard with his own Shopify Rebellion skin. Raisin with the Pittsburgh Knights skin. Devitt with no esports decal. Same with Bear. Good save with a shot going right into the middle, into the throat of that Rebellion goal. The Rebellion continue to hold on as we head to the second half of Game 3. Both sides defending valiantly right now, but the net is open. Raisin doesn't have the boost. He doesn't have the momentum. He couldn't get the powerful shot off. The Rebellion get away with it yet again. Steel Army looking to get the pace going, but the audacious double off of the corner from Polar puts the Rebellion 2 up. Incredible adjustment to get that placement, and he gets it past the keeper into the far post. Polar did it on his own. He extends the Rebellion's lead to 2. Good God, what a goal. Just as the Rebellion were on the back foot, Polar gets the rabbit out of the hat, and now they're looking to get the 4th. Polar clearing it to the sides, gets the demo. Shorts, 1v1. Bear Blitz gets the save. Now the demos are really starting to come out. The Rebellion looking to just get the ball cleared out, looking to waste as much time as possible, just like they did in Game 1. A 2-goal lead for them, though, this time. They are looking for that 3-goal lead. A bit of an awkward moment. Somehow Triple C gets it in. I thought that was going to be Shorts' goal. Shorts just couldn't get it past the far post. Triple C there as the insurance policy. The Rebellion are running away with it in a 3v3 game yet again. They have a 3-goal lead, and they're looking comfortable in this cup final. I wonder if this is the best Steel Army has to offer. It might work out for them in the extra game modes, but they need to win one 3v3 game. They cannot afford to keep dropping these 3v3 games, especially if we go to a game 7. Devitt looking for a double. He misses it right there at the very end. You hate to see that if you're here to support your Pittsburgh Riverhounds, boys. That's for the New England Revolution's Rebellion. They are looking really comfortable right now. And I know they have a bunch of their supporters right here cheering them on, enjoying this show. Shorts looking for another great couple of 50s from Bear and Steel Army. Ball still in open play, but the clock is ticking down. We are in the final 30 seconds. This is in the Rebellion's favor. Steel Army, just like Game 1, need to get a goal right now, but time is not in their side, and the goal deficit just keeps growing. Polar sealing the deal. 5-1, 15 seconds remaining, and I think Steel Army need to think about their next game mode for Game 4. Shock MCC, good to see you in chat. I'm here for Polar. Hey, there are a bunch of Polar supporters right here, so you're not alone. Good to see you in chat nonetheless. Shorts piling on the misery for Steel Army. Good pass yet again. The chemistry displayed by the Rebellion is absolutely immaculate. The Rebellion looking unbeatable right here. passing game on point, their finishes are on point, their defending is on point. Everything is going their way right now as the Rebellion look for 7-1, and they cannot get it done. Not that it matters. They still win 6-1, and it's now on Steel Army to pick the next game mode. Man, I thought Steel Army, looked really good right there in that game 3, but once the Rebellion got their game going, they just looked next level. Steel Army just have no answers at the moment in these 3v3 game modes. And you know what? I have to say this. I can't find a single weak point in this Rebellion team. Every single player is turning up. None of them are making any mistakes. Steel Army have created a few good opportunities, but they just haven't been able to be efficient up with their boost usage. And credit to the Rebellion for that as well, because they are taking away all the big boost pads and forcing Steel Army to change up their rotations to adapt to their play style. And that has thrown Steel Army off their mojo. But can they recover in this extra game mode as we enter the snowy Utopia Coliseum for Snow Day? Here we go. It's time for some hockey. And chat, you might have noticed no subs from either team up to this point. Both teams sticking with their best trios so far. Bear Blitz slows it down, looks for a big 50. Good pinch away to the side wall. Puts Steel Army on the back foot. Back pass to Raisin. He plays it to Polar. Polar couldn't get the final touch. Bear Blitz barely gets enough of his Fennec on that puck. The ball bounces off the crossbar and just stays out. And on the counter, Steel Army looking to get a quick fire goal, but they just couldn't get the puck towards the goal. The Rebellion recover and get it out of the way, and now they need to do it all over again. Bear Blitz lurking at the far post, the puck whizzing towards him, but the bounce off the post gets it away. Unlucky for Bear. I like the idea, but he just didn't get the bounce that he was looking for. And once again, the Rebellion thank the stars for their luck. Once again, Bear Blitz looking to bring the puck forward. Good defending from the Rebellion so far, just absorbing the pressure, waiting for their opening. Might it be right here? It is! Open net! Triple C forces it in with a 63 mile per hour, 101 kilometer per hour slap shot into the open net. The Rebellion with a great start as they look to get themselves on match point and win the championship cup in 5 or more. Ooh, another awkward moment right there for the Rebellion, for Steel Army, but they get away with it right there. Every time the Rebellion get a goal, they just take their game to the next level, and the Rebellion just make it almost impossible for Steel Army to control the game. Great touches right there. The Steel Army keep their composure. Raisin Boy gets it out. He needs a follow-up. He needs some help. Debit and Bear Blitz do just enough to get it out of the way, but with zero boost, they're not really able to follow it up. The Rebellion are upping the pace. Shorts and Polar doing it yet again. Great challenge from Triple C as well to keep the puck in the orange half. Debit loose towards Raisin Boy, who was looking for the pinch off of Bear, but Bear just backs out at the last second, and the puck goes off target. Unfortunate. Like the idea from Raisin Boy, just didn't have it going his way. Now Debit looking for the equalizer, but great job by Triple C to keep that out, even with the demo at the back. The Steel Army have brought out the demos, but the Rebellion have not been fazed by them. They've kept their composure throughout, and that is why they are your Premier League champions. That is why they are the favorites for the Champ Cup. That is why you see them leading 1-0. Gogan and Palace showing their appreciation for Snow Day in the chat. Not gonna lie, I like it as well. Don't know if I can necessarily call it my favorite. I like all extra game modes, not to be honest. You can ask me what I prefer, and I'll give you a different answer depending on my mood. And Steel Army are in the mood to keep this within one, but the ricochets don't go their way. Chaos in front of the orange net. All Polar's doing. Great control right there. Raisin Boy looking to get a 50, but the puck rubbers out. Rubbers. Woof. The rubber bands out to Bear. And then Debit couldn't keep it out. 2-0. Steel Army need a goal right now. And Raisin Boy gets one back. The luck that they needed has finally arrived. Triple C getting it off of the corner, but the puck stays idling in front of the blue net. Raisin Boy slaps it in. 2-1. 1 minute 28 seconds left. Can Steel Army get it all square yet again? Or will the Rebellion go to match point? I've never seen a yellow yeehaw, says Palace. You know what? I'm with you as well. It's rare that you get to see that. Ooh, great job by Bear with 0 boost to keep the puck within the blue half. But Debit couldn't get the control. Shorts gets it out. Shorts with the shot to Polar. And what a save by Raisin, who clears it out. Does he have the boost to put it into the net? Insane save by Shorts. Polar staying strong in front of the net. Steel Army are getting goal lead. Unbelievable defending from the Rebellion. But with 30 seconds remaining, it's not over yet. There will be more chances, but they need to get back and recover because the net is all open. The puck gets away from all Steel Army players. Unlucky for them. Shorts at the right place saying, thank you very much, I'll just tap it in. 3-1. Might this be enough for the New England Revolution boys? Or will the Riverhounds cohort be able to come back? Man, this has been wild. This has been absolutely wild. Rebellion have had an answer on every single occasion. But at the very least, Bear Blitz gives Steel Army 2 seconds to get the equalizer. Once again, the pitches go the goal scorer's way. Bear Blitz driving it into the net. 2 seconds remaining. Open net situation. Everyone's got to go for it. The puck stays down. That's not what they wanted. The Rebellion win Snow Day. And now they're on match point. They got the break they needed. Steel Army have it all to do now. They have to win 3 in a row. And against this Rebellion side, it is a near impossible task. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. I mean, the Rebellion had their toughest game right here, and they held on strong and saw it off. Incredible show of resiliency from these guys. They had a couple of setbacks in the league, but they're showing us why they are the dominant team in the championship this season. Steel Army just have no answers for them. We're not going to wait much longer. We are going to be going right into game 4. A standard 3v3. If Steel Army need to win this and take us to a second best of 7, they have to win this. They can't afford to lose right here, of course. And honestly, I think they might need some luck going their way as well, because this is not going to be an easy task for them. No subs from the Rebellion, but Steel Army make a sub. Fly Penguin comes in for Raisin Boy. Can he change Steel Army's fortunes? Here we go. Game 5 in Estadio Vida. It's all on Steel Army now. The Rebellion are in a position of relative comfort. Steel Army, though, need this win. Alice in chat. Wait, the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. The Cleveland Riverhounds. Ohio better than Pennsylvania. I sure hope no one from Steel Army is here to read this. Or Tank Pillow, for that matter. Wonder what they'll have to say about that. But yeah, never say never. That's the point. Still a chance for Steel Army. You know, if they can get a break right here, and if Game 6 goes their way, anything's possible. We have seen bigger comebacks than this in the past. But right now, as you can see, despite Steel Army's best efforts, despite the demos, the Rebellion are still staying strong. Fly Penguin with a slow play attempt, but just doesn't get the 50 his way. Triple C flicks it up, lets it go. Polar staying in the midfield, waiting for the touch. Fly Penguin and Bear, and whoa, what's going on? Everyone is all over the place for Steel Army. They lose that control. Now they need to defend yet again on the back foot. Debit looking to get control of the ball. Fly Penguin diving in for the 50. Bear Blitz gets the booming clearance. By Penguin up there to get the touch, but he cannot get it. Ball off the backboard. And Debit gets the lead for Steel Army. They so badly needed this. Chaos at the back for the Rebellion. Polar not getting a good touch. Triple C diving in as well when he didn't need to. And Debit punishes them for that defending sequence. Steel Army with the lead. We have seen the Rebellion come back from these situations in the past. Steel Army really need to get the second goal right here so they can put some more pressure on the Rebellion. But this Rebellion side is just so good at keeping their gameplay going. It is so good at stopping the key goals, especially when they're at their weakest. Right now, Steel Army with the advantage. They have control of this so far. Short still gets the first touch, gets bumped away by Debit, who bumps away his teammate Polar. More bumps. The ball is loose. Triple C choosing to stay back and remain disciplined with 5 boosts. But now Bear is coming in to look for the bump on Triple C. Debit with the 50. Ball's loose in the middle. Fly Penguin with a shot attempt. Weak and off target. Gets the 50. Keeps the ball in the blue half. Polar diving in to get the save at the near post. And might that be a potential turning point for the Rebellion? They sure hope so, but for now it's Steel Army with control. Polar dribbling it from the corner to the middle. Gets a 50 away from his teammates. Shorts didn't have much boost to follow up that backboard touch. Polar with a weak attempt. Bear Blitz beating one. Shorts at the midfield. Polar lurking, looking for the dunk. Just couldn't get the touch. That's not easy anyways. But the Rebellion are now hanging in there. They're in the orange half. They're in front of the orange goal mouth. It is up to Steel Army to get it out. Debit with a Bear Blitz-like air dribble. Gets the 50. Wastes a bit more time. Shorts looking for the shot on target. Just off. Steel Army look way more confident right now, but never say never. The Rebellion have come back and they could do it again. Triple C diving in for that, just couldn't get anywhere near. Debit popping it high up. The ball arcing down in front of the blue goal. Off the backboard, Fly Penguin looking for a shot. Triple C forces it away to the side. Polar loses the challenge against Bear, who looks for the dunk. Ball cleared out, but Debit takes control as we head to the final minute. 1-0 in a tight Game 5. Might this be the turning point that Steel Army were looking for? They have held on strong, they've defended valiantly, but it's not over yet. Shorts with a touch away to Triple C. Triple C couldn't get it on target. Still 1-0 as we enter the final 30 seconds. Great 50s in the midfield by Steel Army this time around. And they have wasted so much time with those big clearances. And these 50s as well. But can they get a second? Can they seal the deal? Can they end this game right here? Devin sure hope so! What a save from Bowler! Shorts now on the counter. Beats Penguin. Shorts looking for the bump. Bear Blitz avoids it. Gets the 50. Clock ticking down to 0. Bowler with a last opportunity for the Rebellion. Shorts! 0 second equalizer. And we are going to overtime. I'm just going to do this right now because that was absolute cinema. All of that hard work, all of that perseverance, and Steel Army concede a 0-second equalizer. The Rebellion are on the front foot! And that is it! Game, set, and match! Shorts, the game winner! Shorts, the hero for the Rebellion! And they seal the deal on an incredibly dominant season. The Rebellion are your Championship Cup winners. Wow, incredibly cinematic end right there. Man, Steel Army must feel disheartened though. They had it, they defended so well. But this Rebellion side, good God, even when they struggle, they find something out of nothing. Wow, this is probably one of the most resilient and determined SGL teams I have ever seen across all divisions. What the Rebellion have done this season is just absolutely incredible. Of course, Palace comes in the chat and says, yeah, these guys are going to the Prem. I'm going to be honest, given how dominant they've looked, I think they'd be worthy Premier League. Sorry, they'd be a worthy Premier Division team. I mean, when they're all at their best, no team can match up to them. We've seen it last season when they beat Timbers Army. We saw it when they beat the locals last season, when they had, their reinforcements come in. Well done. Congratulations to the Rebellion. Absolutely incredible performance from the New England Revolution boys. And that is their double sealed. After winning their first ever title, the Rebellion have gone their second ever title all within the same season. And they have capped off an absolutely dominant season with an incredible cup victory right here. No need to go to a second best of 7. The Rebellion end it right here. Sorry, bear with me for a sec because I get a few things set up, chat. Just take me a little bit, not too long. Catching up with chat as well. A lot of support coming in for the Rebellion. Of course, Debit coming in to say GG's Yins. Yes, you are Yins. I mean, you're from Pittsburgh, so it makes sense. Ash Wishmaster showing a huge amount of support and excitement for the Rebellion winning the cup. Debit in chat saying about Triple C, you are an insane driver. And of course, that is bad for Steel Army, as we saw here tonight. So just bear with me for a few more minutes, chat. I'm just trying to get everything sorted out right here, then we'll go straight into interviews. All right, we're almost ready to go. I apologize for the lengthy wait, chat. Almost done. All right. So, before we go into our interviews, I just want to display this real quick as a shout out to the Rebellion. Guys, GG's, congratulations, well done to Shorts, Polar, Triple C, and Pipe Shot Gogan for their Championship Cup success. In one season, these guys have won 2 titles in a row. They had none before this. Well deserved for the boys from New England. All right, we are going to be getting started with our interview very soon. We do have 2 interviews lined up. We will be getting started with the winners before we go into the losing team's interview. Right, first interview will be with Shorts of the Rebellion. Shorts, a huge congratulations to you and the Rebellion. You guys have capped off an incredibly dominant season with your cup success. How are you guys feeling about season 10? I'm sorry, I was on mute. So the chat heard me, but I'm going to repeat the question for you, Shorts. First of all, congratulations on an absolutely successful season. How do you feel about sealing the double right here and capping off an incredibly dominant season for your team in season 10?
Yeah, it feels great. A really hard fought season, and even with all of our wins, it was really hard fought matches all the way along, and it's really rewarding to come off victories in that manner. It's a ton of fun winning, so we're happy to be here.
Absolutely. Now, one thing I want to talk about is that resiliency and determination that you guys show. I mean, Steel Army threw everything they had at you guys, and you guys were on the back foot on multiple occasions, but you guys were still able to see them off. What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, it was definitely very apparent how they were kicking their game up and playing a lot faster and a little bit more all over us and physically, dominating the game. It was a lot of just keeping our own mental. We knew if we played our game and we played within ourselves, we could win. So we just needed to keep a strong mental, and I think that's the best thing that attributed to our success and holding them off today.
Oh yeah, I mean the mentals were definitely there on show. You guys showed incredible amounts of composure. Is this something you guys developed, through practice, or is this something you just guys have innately?
I think it's a little bit of experience. We're probably one of the oldest average age squads, so we've been around the block a few times. So when it comes to the high pressure situations, we kind of do a really good job of keeping our cool, which honestly in past seasons we haven't. So it's a little bit of something that has developed as we've played throughout the league. So yeah, we do just have a kind of a comfortability being in high pressure situations there.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Now, in this cup campaign, you guys have only dropped let me just make sure I say this right. 2 games throughout. One to Frontera Azul in the upper final, one to Steel Army in the grand final. I mean, there's also your league campaign where you only lost 1 match. I'm gonna ask you a bit of a provocative question, but would you say you were too good for the championship division?
I think, if I'm being completely honest, we're in a little bit of a gray area. Um, I don't, our success last season was not great in the upper division, which is why we came down. And I think the upper division's only gotten better. So I think our our skill level is kind of matching where kind of best fits where we are right now. As a non-admin, not really up to me, but I think we did have a lot of those a lot of victories on the year, but it really was a lot of hard fought victories. There weren't a lot of blowouts. There were a few here and there, but we didn't feel like we were eons above everybody in the league. Every game against Steel Army has been a banger so far, and the Seattle teams as well, keeping us on our toes. So that's kind of how I feel about it.
That's fair. That's fair. So as a follow-up to that question, because you did talk about how every match against Steel Army was a banger, is there something about you guys where when you face better opponents, you elevate your own game? Like, have you guys been noticing that about yourselves throughout the season?
Oh, for sure. We're definitely a team that kind of plays to where our opponent's level is. There are times where our ranks, our skill level are higher than our opponents, but we get sloppy because we're playing a sloppy game. So when they're pulling out the demos, they're playing fast. We kind of rise to that occasion. I think that comes a little bit also from our experience and how that's additives to the pressure of it being a final is how the opponent's playing, and keeping keeping within yourself kind of keeps us in the right mindset to keep playing and playing through whatever they're throwing at us.
There you go. That's a really good answer right there. And I did notice Polar's messages in chat as well, where he says he's super tired and he wants to go to bed. I'm not going to waste too much of his time. I also want to make sure you go to bed as well, Shorts, given that, you're having a very busy life so far after, the birth of your second child, which congratulations, by the way. I just wanted to bring that up.
Thank you.
So one final question from me. I mean, this season's over. You guys have had incredible amounts of success. What is in store for the Rebellion for season 11?
Hopefully Polar hits Radiant and Valorant and I can get up into Immortal. But in the actual Rocket League season, we've got some prospects that we're trying to see if we can kind of finagle a second team for the Revolution supporters. Hopefully our Rocket League team will do much better than our actual soccer team. So we'll hope for that to be in store. But hopefully more success and more banger matches.
I can't wait to see what that second team looks like, honestly. That's absolutely exciting to hear about, because previously you guys would talk about sticking to your core group of 4 players. So if you guys have more people coming in, absolutely bring them in. Can't wait to see what they have in store for us right here. I guess since, Polar wants to listen to this interview, I'll ask one final question, and that is, throughout this season, you guys have come together, played a whole lot of games. Can you tell us about what your overall experience has been like, not just throughout season 10, but throughout SGL in general?
It's been an incredible experience with SGL. The best thing that I've ever done is join this league. I mean, competitive wise, it kind of fits in perfectly where I am. And, myself, Polar, and Triple C and Gogan, we're not the greatest players ever, but we want to play competitively. We want to be in a community of like-minded people, as we're all soccer fans, U.S. soccer fans of different clubs. So it's been an incredible experience. I've met people and built friendships with people around the country that I've never met before and, might never meet, or, maybe one day I will have the opportunity to meet. But, I've gotten to talk to and, play games with people that I would have met elsewhere. And, from that point, it extends beyond soccer and, become actual friends and learn about, all these different people that you meet within the league. So it's a super cool thing to be here, and anybody that's watching should join the community as well. Think about, starting to support your own local soccer club so that you can join the league too. This league's growing rapidly, and I love it. And it's really on the up, and that's a lot thanks to you, Maz, for running this whole shit show. So shout out to you for sure for all the streams that you run and all the work that you do in the background scheduling and everything. So yeah, everything's just I couldn't say enough good things about SGL as a whole.
Yeah, man, I was not expecting that. What an incredible answer right there, Shorts. And I think you hit the nail on the head on what SGL is all about. And I'm so glad that you're able to build that camaraderie with so many people, including in real life. Like, I saw some of your images that you guys had from your time at the Boston Major. That was absolutely awesome. Your images of you guys hanging out in New England Revolution games. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? It's reinforcing that community feeling, which I'm going to be honest, seems to be fading away nowadays in North America. So, I hope this keeps that going at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's keep it growing. Keep it together.
There you have it. Shorts, I'm going to give you the floor right now. I know you said a lot already, but in case you have anything else you want to say, now's your chance. Go ahead. Any shout outs, anything else you want to say? This is your time.
My usual shout out to you. Thank you for running the stream tonight. We got a lot of Polars community in the chat tonight, so shout out to them for showing up and supporting. He called out and they showed up, so thank you to them. Thank you to my boys, Triple C, Polar, Gogan. I couldn't ask for a better team. Everybody's always here when we need them. Great group of guys. Just really fun to play with, really fun to hang out with. Like you said, we all went to minus Triple C because he couldn't make it. We all went to the major together. So just, friendships that are building and growing thanks to the league. So shout out to them. Shout out to, Steel Army. We all wanted to make a point that Penguin coming in really changed the game for us. And, we had nothing but good things to say about how Penguin's performance was in the final game there. So we just want to give him a shout out too, because we were kind of taken off guard there. But shout out to Steel Army for such great matches throughout the year. And we look forward to more.
Very well said. I can't wait to see what battles you may have against Steel Army and maybe other teams depending how Season 11 gets set up. But for now, enjoy that victory. Congrats on the double yet again. You guys definitely deserved it. GG's. Have a good night and get some well-deserved rest.
GG's. Thank you. Good night.
Man, that was incredibly wholesome. Oh my god. I'm still trying to collect my thoughts right now after all the great answer Shorts gave in. Whew. Yeah. Can get emotional. You don't want to hold back your emotions after all. That's what makes us human. Rydog coming in the chat asking, what did I miss? Rydog, you know the result. You know who the winners are. For terms of what happened in the match itself, the Rebellion only dropped one game, and that was game 2 in Rumble. They won every other game afterwards, including a snow day and a game 5 that went to overtime courtesy of a 0-second equalizer from Polar to Shorts, by the way. That combination, a deadly duo right there. Speaking of duos, we are going to have our second interview lined up with a duo. Yes, it's not going to be one person coming in, it's going to be 2. So let us welcome on in Debit and Bear Blitz into the commentary booth. Debit and Bear Blitz, my commiserations. That was a rough end to your season. Just like season 9, you guys finished second to the team that got the double. Back then it was Black and Gold Old Timers. This time it's the Rebellion. How are you guys feeling?
Man, you should say my condolences next time. This is insane. Twice in a row. Man, I'm gonna do it. Grrr. But no, that was good. We're happy with how we played this time compared to the last time.
Yeah, I mean, the Rebellion have generally been quite dominant outside of the first match that you guys had in the league, which went to 5. And you still say this was better? Would you still say this was better than that first match? Do you think this was the best performance overall this season?
Yeah, because I think there's more like a development as you go. I think every season in SGL, teams have like a little bit of a reset against each other because like they'll start playing ranked, they'll start playing other games. Maybe they won't play with their team as much. But whenever it comes to like Steel Army versus Rebellion, we do reset slightly, but our groups play together like basically with each other whenever it comes to, like SGL. Like Bear and Red and I will play together a lot, but it's mostly a tight knit Steel Army team playing against a tight knit Rebellion team. So it's gonna be two close teams playing against each other, and they're gonna have fluctuations just because that happens match to match. But I would play them in a best of 7 set or a best of 5 set most of the days. And yeah, I think there were some elements that we took from last time that, the time that worked like almost well enough. That showed itself in this matchup. But no, I like the way we were playing this time. Especially, it was more like a recency bias compared to last time because we were not matching their speed whatsoever. This time, we definitely were trying to like get caught up quicker.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We did notice that, but then, and from what I saw from my end, I mean, it looked like the Rebellion were just taking it up another level. Like they were just cranking it into the next gear, and you guys had to play catch up yet again. Do you think that they were just too good for you on this night, or was there something you guys could have done to at least match their performance?
If I had to say anything, I definitely think they played incredible. I mean, in their 50 game, their positioning, you could tell they have such good chemistry. Similar to how we operate. Sometimes I can just throw it and know that Debit's there, or Raisin's there, Red's there. It felt like they had that pure chemistry tonight. And yeah, absolutely, they played fantastic. They put the ball where it needed to be. They sucked up boost. They did everything that they needed to, and they played absolutely incredible. We know going in we're going to be outmatched and we're the underdogs, but regardless, I think it's always fun to play against them. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to, after this game, after hearing Shorts coming on, I really wanted to find something to get mad at them about, but he was just such a chill guy, and they all just seemed like such good dudes, good to play Rocket League with, and quite frankly, it was they definitely deserve the win tonight, and we know at some point we will get there. We will match that energy, but until then, we'll keep improving and growing. And maybe next year we won't go for a treble of second places.
No, I absolutely get that, Bear, and very well said as well. I wasn't trying to like sell you guys short or anything. I was just wondering if there was more from you guys, but I think we'll just move on from that and reflect on your wider season. Last season, Debit was the main guy and you were the support for him along with, the rest of your teammates. But this time it kind of flipped the other way. You were the main man, Bear, with Debit stepping up and offering you that added support. Would you say you guys felt more comfortable with you leading the way, Bear?
I will say at the beginning of the season, it did not feel comfortable. I'm used to being the assist guy. I think last year I was either the top or top 2 in assists per game, just because I could put it anywhere near the net, and Debit or Raisin or Red was coming in and burying it home. And then this season, I don't know, I did a lot of solo queuing over the course of the fall and winter, and tried to try to figure out different things, and hopped into free play, tried to make sure touches were better. If I was getting a little bit too jumpy in games, step out and hit free play and kind of reset myself. So kind of going into that and understanding that I had a little bit more pressure on me, I guess, to perform as the season went on. It definitely is not something I'd ever shy away from. But I absolutely, it's nice to hear the name called out. That's for sure. But ultimately, what I want to do is, make sure that if my teammates are giving me opportunities, I'm burying those opportunities, and if I can't bury the opportunities, I'm still leaving it in a position where they can clean up. So it's definitely been different, but I like that we're growing and we're not a single man option on this team anymore.
Debit, your thoughts on that?
No, that was actually one of my goals this season, was basically to not be like the most super reliable person to be on the team. Like as you saw, even within like the top fives and even the eye test is gonna show it. Like I have been playing way more back, way more just sort of coverage for the fellas to get the job done on offense, and that was to build up the confidence for the offense for Red, for Raisin, now Penguin. But Bear especially, because I know he can be a facilitator. I know he wants the ball off him because he keeps trying to steal it from me in ranked whenever we're drinking, and then we're both just like, dude, that was mine. We do it all the time. It's semi-bad, not all the time bad, but
It builds the chemistry.
actually true. But yeah, he's got the hunger for it. So now it was time to at least like test out and see like what we could get out of it. And I'm honestly impressed with the results. That makes me more comfortable as a team captain to, that we have two facilitators on the team. Goal will be to get all of us as much as possible to be that kind of facilitator, so we don't have to that we can bounce off each other, all of us, instead of just like kind of like a ragtag trio that will go about sometimes. So basically you get like our quick actions up, our reactions quicker, our timing better, decision making just on par. But yeah, one down, 3 more to go.
Oh yeah, for sure. Wait, 3 more to go. 3 more to go of what?
The rest of the roster, baby.
Oh yes. Sorry, I was thinking about my next question. On that note, actually, so it's a good thing you put that up. Awkward segue. I know I messed up. My bad, guys. But
You good.
talking about the next one up. I mean, we've been noticing improvements from both Red 4 and Fly Penguin. I mean, Red 4 has got better every time he's been playing in SGL in each season. How much further do you think he can go? And likewise for Fly Penguin, I mean, where do you see his ceiling?
You want to take Red or do you want to take Fly? I'll let you choose. I'll pick the other one.
All right, I'll go Red. Yeah, no, I think Red definitely has these capabilities. I mean, you see flashes throughout the course of the season. He'll just absolutely dominate a season. He'll put anything you put at him, he will rifle it in. We're AlanBangersOnly.com, radar gun,
Yes.
take goals left and right in a series, and then another series. It'll be a different story. So ultimately, I think that's part of the growth of the game, right? Is that some people can continue to grow that skill, and you see all the time in clips and videos saying, I'm plat, I deserve to be champ, or diamond, I deserve to be GC. Well, I think the main difference that comes down to it is consistency. Whenever those folks, sure, they can hit a clip in free play, or they may do some great things in a game, but ultimately from game to game or from series to series, they're inconsistent. And I think really the next step we'll see in Red is that consistency throughout the season, and maybe not just series to series.
And to bounce at the Fly Penguin, I had no idea what to expect whenever he was coming to the team, because I'm thinking to myself, well, it's like Diamond, it's probably gonna be around where we are, but like, how do you get yourself into a team that's played like 9 seasons together and in their 10th season together, including a trio of brothers? That's a tough environment to try to fit into, and he honestly handled it with a lot of grace and a lot of patience, because I was trying to throw him in games that would not like disappoint him or like get him down. Like I wanted to get him like warmed up into the league, facing up against squads that were like closer to his level, stuff he could be a bit more comfortable with, because we still wanted to win at the end of the day. Nobody likes losing, but they had to get the confidence built up as well. At the end of the season, like actually even before that, I'm just saying as like a reflection point, dude's ready at any given point to hop in, and you saw that out of the field. Like I could have swapped him with Raisin at any given time, and I think that's built up to the confidence that I have with the squad now, that he can just fit in at any point. I know what trios I can kind of run with. That's another goal, is to get us all like comfortable with the trios that we can just run anything. But I know it's gonna be a tough thing to do because you're bouncing between so many play styles. But no, he's really come in, adapted well, been a good friend and teammate through it all as well. See him at the jersey reveal too. He's getting more involved with Steel Army. He's gonna step down from the corner perches and be in the section with us. So I think it's only gonna add to the confidence level as you just grow to learn and be with your teammate playing Rocket League. So now it's just continuing on what's been going good and try to develop a skill with him, and I have high hopes.
And quite frankly, he's very easy to talk to, and he's really just put himself right in here, not shy, just came in, and it's like he's been one of the team the entire time.
Well, there's a reason he was in the bus with Steel Army for that USL Championship final. So, it's not just any kind of random person who could get in there and get involved. And I think Fly Penguin, you're in the chat listening to this. Hope that makes you feel way more confident about your ability to get involved and potentially take your game to the next level. I have a couple more questions for you guys before we go off to give you guys the floor. But first of all, we've mentioned Red 4 and Fly Penguin. Let's not forget about Raisin Boy. He's been the X factor for your team, but he has got you guys out of tough positions. How much credit does he get for the season that you guys have had so far? And how much more do you think he could offer to your team?
Really one of the wild cards of our time. So you gotta play him in the right spots. I know you're trying to see where we can bring him in, and that's also the tough part with bringing in a new team member as well. Trying to fit Raisin Boy in the right spots, because usually it was all right. They got a one trio, and then they switch to Raisin whenever things go down. So we'll do that. Now we got more dynamics to the team, but with Raisin, I still felt honestly really comfortable starting with him. I know he had not the best performance last time, but he's that factor that he brings into a matchup like the Rebellion that you want to bring in, and you want to build him up to be that supportive teammate, that dude that will just sort of lift your spirits at any given point, just through some random action he does on the field. So that's why he's an X factor for a reason. He's very specific in where you gotta play him. But unlocking him is one of the most enjoyable things, because whenever he's in his zone, everything just gets so much better. It feels so flowy, so nice, so easy to play. Sorry, Bear, I cut you off, but
absolutely, yeah. No, I mean, I absolutely love playing with Raisin. He's always good for a banger of a goal in a game. He's gonna slam it home, and then all of a sudden you're just gonna hear at some point, gonna get the guy in front, and he's slamming home a demo, creating some space. And there's occasional time in the game when we may feel like we're not performing where we're at, or we're getting stifled in some way. And then I'm just gonna go demo somebody. And you know what? Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that just to reset the game a little bit. Throw things off, throw your opponent off, and he does that. He knows when to hop in and cause some chaos.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Now you guys are getting more players in, and you have a relatively decently sized squad right here. Are there more players who you guys are looking to bring in potentially, maybe for a second Steel Army or Pittsburgh Riverhound side?
Leave that
I
one up
would-
to their recruiting manager over there.
Technical director, manager, captain, supreme leader. Wait, that last one wasn't real. I made that one up.
Steel Army
mean,
Jerome
no.
Powell.
Oh yes, okay, that's the real title. Thank you. Needed that one. I mean, no immediate plans. I mean, I feel like there's got to be a couple more people that I've seen here talk about Rocket League, but it would probably be a closer championship side than us currently. Because Rebellion can outclass anybody in championship, but then we've also had the upper hand on everybody else below us so far. So we're like gatekeeper teams to the championship. And if we get a second Steel Army team, then potentially it could make that FSD Azul, Action Rose, EC Eternal, and if Los Verdes get the development that they need, that could look like a fine division. Heck, I'll even throw ECD up where we are, just because I think in due time they are that team. Given now they have Bisbo on their team, they look a lot better. So if we could build up a proper championship, or maybe I don't even know what we would call basically a goal is if we could bring in maybe one team on Steel Army end, I'd have to do a little bit of looking around. I know of one person, but I don't think it would be as optimal a fit. So I would love to do more of that development team to play in the championship.
I get it. Totally fair. Fly Penguin, we gotta get a Hounds player. Wasn't that something that was happening all that long time ago, back in the COVID era?
COVID. Yes. King Kenny played.
We don't talk about Canardo Ford in the 1v1 USL Championship. Bob Lilly said, all right, Kenny, you're going to play Rocket League for the league thing because we don't care. Go play the game. I DM'd him and then he said, dude, I don't know what the fuck I am doing right now. So yeah, that spawned that moment.
I'm guessing that means a no, right?
I mean, if I had actual time to go to the Meet the Team event tomorrow and talk with some of the newer guys, potentially, but I may not have that time tomorrow. So I'll have to find out from other sources if we got any Rocket League players on the team. Oh wait, I do know of one player. And I think he's a Diamond 2, if I'm not mistaken. At least that's what he claims. So Bradley Sample, if you're listening, we'll drop an invite. No problem.
All right, for those of you in chat, clip that, send that over. We'll see what happens.
I'm on the board, so you already know what you're dealing with. It's not anything crazy. It's not random people. You'll see me a lot at the games, man. We're not that okay, we are crazy, but we're not that crazy.
As people, we're not that crazy.
Well,
as supporters,
TBD.
That's another story.
He knows what he's getting into. That's what we'll say.
Hell yeah, there you go. Well, I think that's the perfect time to give you both the floor. Go ahead, say whatever you want to say that's left. Give your shout outs. The time is now.
Bear, drop it to you first.
All right, sounds good. So, a bunch of shout outs. Obviously, Maz, you, the league, the admins, everybody that puts this together. It was Doughboy that put the overlays. Absolutely incredible. Always love joining it. It's amazing to see the development of this stream from the course of time that I started until now. Just that progression. Just imagine doing a video overlay of every single season we had and what kind of improvements there have been. It's been absolutely incredible. Certainly, shout out to ECE, the only other team that could beat us other than the Rebellion this year. So well done team. Shout out to Polar. You absolutely neutralized me tonight with all those freaking demos. But hey, I got caught. You got me. I think I got demoed at least a dozen times over the course of the series by him. Shout out ECD. We were actually talking about you guys beforehand and how, growing this league and doing all the rotations that you guys did from the very start and how much you guys have grown at this game. Just rotating your entire squad, and now you guys have a solid squad competing up for the top of the championship. That's absolutely incredible. And then shout out to everybody in the league. You've been great supporters of this league. We hope to continue to see it grow. And finally, to my Steel Army boys, well, good season, good double. Thanks, Rydog, for that verbiage. And that's all I have. Shout out to the captain. I'll hand it over.
Oh man, he covered his bases really well. He could basically, he's got the A on his jersey now. That's what he's gunning for. He's got the assistant captain's armband with that one, so that's a good shout out. But first and foremost, shout out to Rebellion. You guys were awesome. I know we haven't really beat you guys in a while, and I know it's like why is it a rivalry? They always kick our ass type deal. But honestly, it brings out the best in us whenever we play y'all. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to my team, Bear, the assistant captain, or assistant to the captain, I should say. Shout out Red 4, couldn't be here with us tonight. That's my only regret. I wish he could be here. I hope he was able to at least maybe watch or catch a little bit of it. I hope he's doing well tonight. Raisin Boy, thank you for showing up, my man. You did incredible tonight. I was sort of wondering these past couple of weeks how you're feeling, but you got back and you delivered so solidly. Can't wait to get the season with you going. Mr. Fly Penguin, the dude who randomly found you on the bus. Really appreciate what you've done to step up for this team. I was never sure if we were going to be able to get another player of like this caliber to work for Steel Army, so shout out to you for taking on this task with grace and humility, and just honestly just taking it on like a champ. I have no bad things to say about you, bro. You're incredible, and I know you're gonna keep getting better with us as the seasons go along. Shout out to everybody in chat tonight, especially all the Polar fans from IT Poland. I love that community. I will need to get in on that because that is incredible. Being a Pole. And shout out to the league. Been going since COVID season, ever since Logan brought us in all those times back then, and Kenny for showing us that maybe we should play Rocket League instead of the random designated player. We appreciate all the stuff that brought us here and the development to this point. Doughboy for the overlays as mentioned. Luis as an assistant admin. Maz, I know you asked us for your thoughts, but dude, you're carrying this league harder than ever could before. You're taking slight back steps, but I'm happy to help with the podcast in all the ways that I can because I know this is important for this league. Rydog, you as well. You stepped up massively to help me out with the podcast. Both of you just giving your thoughts, making the content, making me sit back in my chair and run out of my room at any given point with all these takes that we got. So appreciate you all being here and helping me get through that and delivering some good content. And yeah, that's it for me. Appreciate you all being here tonight, and to another double of season 10 being the second.
Yeah, man, I wasn't expecting this to get emotional once again. Oh my lord! But you know what I noticed? None of you mentioned Sil, bro. What the hell?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Fuck him. That was for him.
There you go.
Well, there you have it. We'll keep you guys held here for much longer. Thank you guys for joining me for this incredible interview. I know you guys come out trophyless, but you guys still have the potential to get up there, win. You guys are getting closer. So, GG's. It's been a good season 10. Look forward to you guys getting involved in season 11. For now, though, take care and have a good night.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Peace.
Wow. What an absolutely incredible season. What a night of Rocket League action as well. I feel a bit parched. Like, I feel like my throat's drying up a bit more. So give me 1 second. Let me just get some water in. All right. There you go. Remember to hydrate. Remember to hydrate, chat. But yeah, let's wrap this up real quick. We've had a long stream, 1.5 hours, 5 games of incredible action. I mean, both teams just going punch and counter punch, taking each other's game to the next level. And we saw the Rebellion come out worthy winners. As for how they got to this point, here is the journey they have taken up to now. As you can see, dropping 2 games in the cup all season. Congrats to the Rebellion. Steel Army, though, they had an incredible run of their own after getting swept by the Rebellion in the upper semifinal, only dropping 1 game on their way to the grand final. That does it for the championship division. It is all done and dusted. Chat, we have 1 more match remaining. Yes, that's right. 1 more match before season 10 comes to a close, and that is in the Premier Cup, the grand final between Frontera SD Chrome of San Diego FC and La Cinco Doce of Austin FC. That is gonna be absolute cinema. I can't wait to see that match get started. And just as a heads up, it has gone scheduled. So chat, if you want to catch the Premier Cup final, the final match of the SGL season, be here at Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Pacific. We can't wait for you all to join us for this one on Wednesday, but for now, it is time for us to sign off. This is the Only Mazar. I'm so proud to be here to commentate and run the stream and the season for you all. Hope you all have had an absolute blast. Take care. Have a good night. We will see you on Wednesday night. Peace.